Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Accent Training Podcast. My name is Pat. I'm your personal American accent coach. And right now, I'm about to help you figure out the movement and pronunciation of the sound ow. This happens with OU and OW spelling often, not all the time. But the way that Americans use this with this OU and OW spelling is so important for your pronunciation. I can't stress that enough. This is a diphthong. It's a moving sound. It uses two positions. The first is like ah, and then the second is that W glide that we've been talking about recently, like for O, ow. We slowly bring in the corners of the lips to make this ooh position. So let me tell you how we do it in a couple easy steps here. First, the position. So the tip of your tongue stays low down, doesn't get in the way. It's kind of just down, touching your bottom teeth. The back of your tongue raises upwards, so that the sides of your tongue touch your back teeth. And the middle of your tongue presses upwards as well. It's very important that the middle of your tongue is curving upwards, because if it's curving downwards, we get a different sound. Ah, curving upwards. Ah, curving downwards. So curve that tongue up in the middle, raise it up in the back of the mouth, and tip of the tongue low. You want to make sure that you're using a lot of air to project this. We have to pronounce that ah sound clearly. That's the strong part of this sound. That's the strong part of the vowel. And the clearer that you get it, the more American it sounds. So take a good breath in with me and then release the sound, letting your air carry out your voice. Ah. Starts strong and then fades off. Ah. Now the second part of this word uses the W glide. And for those of you accent training students that are most dedicated out there, you know what to do with the W glide. You know that it goes at the very ending, the fading part of the sound. We slowly bring the corners of the lips inwards as we're saying ah, without changing your tongue position. So keeping your tongue high up in the back and arched up. Bring the corners of the lips in and get ow. Fading and quick with the W glide on the end. Let me hear that one more time. Ow. Now, I've got a lot of listeners in Canada. Lots of people in the Toronto area, lots of people in Vancouver, Calgary. And I want to make it clear to you folks, Canadians do not make the same ow sound as Americans do here. Canadians will say more oh. We're going out. What's that about? I was about to help. If you're trying to develop the clearest American sound, don't do what Canadians are doing. Do what Americans are doing. Get ow. So now that you know how to make the American sound, and you can distinguish it from the Canadian sound, let's play around with how you use this a little bit. Repeat after me. Out. Hour. House. And now let's get some real words with those. About. Shower. house, proud. Now, I'm proud of you, my friend. I'm proud of you that you're taking the time to develop this. Ow. So if you really want to get the hang of it, let's put it into a few more words now. How about stepping out? About to rain. In about an hour. I see that now. I had a hot shower. Now, these are the main things I wanted to discuss in this episode here today. I wanted to make sure that you knew how to identify the ow sound and how to get a distinct sound from the American or British English, because British English doesn't use the same ow either. Not in quite the same way. Not in the same way. So if you want to develop this further from here, you're gonna have to keep an eye out for my next podcast episode where I'm going to put out some exercises. Exercises to help you get the sound of ow nice and clearly. That's going to be the next one. The episode after that is going to be a very interesting one, actually. This is going to talk about a little modification that we make to this ow sound. Notice how I'm saying the word sound. Sound. Down. Found. Clown. Clown around. The kids were clowning around. I'm not making the same ow. I'm going own. Own. Now that sound is optional in the American accent. But here's the thing, I love teaching it because it reinforces good pronunciation habits. And that's what accent training is all about, right? Good pronunciation habits. So keep an eye out because our next episode is going to have more ow sounds with a whole bunch of exercises, phrases for you to identify it, and even a few idiomatic expressions to get the hang of this and start applying it yourself. And the one after that is going to show you how you can modify this sound to reinforce good habits and get the clearest American accent pronunciation possible. And that particular pronunciation is where my personal coaching method differs from every other American accent coach on the internet. So you want to make sure that you don't miss that episode because you're not going to get that information anywhere but from me with the Accent Training Podcast. Now, I've got thousands of people listening to this right now who are subscribed to the podcast. But there are thousands more who are not subscribed to the podcast. And you know what, folks? The thousands who are subscribed to the podcast have a significant advantage over those who are not subscribed because those that are subscribed will be notified and they'll start practicing this before those who are not subscribed. And that means that they'll see more development quicker than you will if you're not following or subscribe to this podcast. So make sure that you hit that follow, you hit the subscribe button. It changes depending on the app that you're on, I know. But hit that button and you'll have an edge over the competition. Keep up the good work, my friend, and without any doubt, you'll be speaking with an American accent in no time. Have a good one.